Hello, this is Daniel Glenn for Regarding 365. We are here at IT Dev Connections in San Francisco. I am joined by Vlad. So Vlad, can you maybe introduce yourself to everyone?
Sure. Hey everybody, my name is Vlad Catrinescu, SharePoint MVP from Montreal, Canada. I also do courses for Pluralsight and write 2 books now for A-Press. And he told me to keep it short, so that's it.
There, you do a lot, and so I know you do. When is you're working on a book now, though, right?
Yeah.
And it's going to come out when?
Hopefully January or February 2018, so first part of 2018.
Okay, fantastic. So as we do on Regarding 365, we talk about the cloud and how we can get more people there, or what the challenges are. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you about today is what do you see the challenges for organizations as far as SharePoint going hybrid or going completely into Office 365 with SharePoint Online? What do you see those challenges? What are you experiencing with the people you talk to?
Yeah, sure. So there's quite a few things actually. One of them, so I'll start kind of in order. One of the reasons why SharePoint was so popular is that kind of every company took SharePoint, did a lot of custom dev on it, made it their SharePoint. And at first when Office 365 came out, let's be honest, you couldn't even migrate. Even if you had a budget and time, you couldn't migrate those to online. Now with Azure Functions, webhooks, Microsoft did really an amazing job to give you the tools to do the same things online. But then companies expect to use like a ShareGate or a migration tool like Metalogics and just do select, click, and then migration is done. And then they go to the tech guys and they're like, yeah, but rewriting this code is going to take 1 year for 4 guys. So it's quite a big job to be able to migrate all the custom stuff they had before to Office 365. It's doable, but it's just a big investment than what they expect to buy a tool and just works. Yeah. Second thing I would say is regulations. Not all the companies are, some companies, in the US it's not that bad. But to give you the example for Canada, so we've only had a data center for a year now. So a year ago when I talked to clients, they're like, where's the data center? Oh, US? Nah, Patriot Act. No way, we're not even going to think at it. Now, we have a data center in Canada, but you look at some of the services like Teams, Yammer, Sway, they're all hosted in the US data center. Yeah, I know you love Sway. I had to mention it. So even if they go to 365, they're like, okay, we have to find a way to disable all those because they would not follow our regulations. And maybe some certain industries need to have data in their province, like you guys in the state. And you don't have a data center in every province or in every state, so that might be one of the blockers. So stuff like that. And the third one, the release schedule. Going to the cloud, and not only 365, not only the Microsoft cloud, going to any cloud, you lose control on when you get a feature, when a feature gets taken away. So you don't have that control that you had on-prem, where we're going to stay on SharePoint 2013, we made our training for it, we're going to keep it for 5 years, and then when we're ready, we're going to deploy 2016, do the training, and then train the users.
Gotcha.
Now it's only constant training, constant change, and it's not something that's bad, but it's something that companies have to change the way of thinking and working to be able to adapt to this. And it's not an easy thing, especially for larger companies.
Gotcha.
So that would be kind of my top 3.
Okay. So for your 3, then you're a consultant.
Yes.
And available for hire, as it were, to solve these issues, to address some of these concerns. What are you seeing organizations doing to mitigate those, to mitigate the transition, from their custom code or their custom solutions and getting them to the cloud? And as far as regulations are concerned, how are they, we're getting more data centers, right, in region, but
and
in the
even
meantime,
more services, like I've seen in the roadmap today, Teams is it's on the roadmap to have Teams in a Canadian data center. So they're not only more data center, but also actually having the services in the data center.
Right, exactly. And so that and this this kind of training and I guess change management and all that kind of stuff. So what are you seeing organizations, how would you advise organizations to tackle those three kind of areas of challenges?
Sure. So for the custom code part, and actually in general, one of the first things that companies often do, they're like, hey, we can go in hybrid. Microsoft with SharePoint 2016, and I suppose it's going to be the same even more for 2019, they're heavily investing in hybrid experiences. So allowing company, because I mean, yeah, they have regulated content, but not all content is regulated. The brochures they have, the marketing videos, it's all public domain. So they're like, hey, yes, we have a regulated content, but it's maybe 10%, 20% of all the stuff that we have. So then you look at a hybrid environment, they're like, hey, we can move 50% of our content, that's basic collaboration, not regulated. We can move that to the cloud, keep our regulated content, the stuff that's, we want to move it. Maybe it's highly customized now. We want to move it to the cloud, but it's going to take a while. We can keep it on-prem, have that integration with online, and then as the dev team, as they manage to do that customization online, move it when it's ready. And that would be kind of a transition state, but a lot more companies are looking at SharePoint hybrid like an end state now. They're like, this SharePoint site has an integration with this line of business application that is on-prem only. It's never going to be open to the internet.
Yeah.
So they keep that SharePoint on-prem. And with stuff like cloud hybrid search, with the hybrid taxonomy, hybrid auditing, it all makes sense to kind of keep it, both of them.
Gotcha.
So that, and I think also telling the IT professionals that once you go to the cloud, your job is not done. It's not like because you cannot touch a server anymore that you're not going to have a job anymore because it's so easy.
And we talked about that in the
panel yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's what I tell those IT professionals is that, hey, like, yes, you're going to do less technical stuff, but so much of your job now will be focused on taking care of your users, doing change management, being up to date with Microsoft is deploying, understanding how that impacts your users, and making sure that you're out there with them. Yeah. So you're going to do less of the, I don't want to call it useless work, but less of the work that you did backend to keep the services running that your users did not see at all. And they're like, hey, look at that guy. He's getting paid only to do a patch every once in a while, when in fact you're working like a crazy guy in the back so they never know you're there. Yeah. Now you're not going to have to worry about that part because Microsoft is taking care of it. So you're really able to be there with your users, be more active in the change management process, keep them up to date. So you're still going to be busy, even busier than before with all the stuff that Microsoft is doing.
Gotcha. And so for that last bit about change management, educating your users, do you have any resources that you have suggested people to use to help people keep up to date on my interface has now changed, or for me, I look at it as you need to make it to be where it's not dependent on that item being there to check, right? It's more of this is what you're needing to do rather than here's step A is to click here, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's the thing is like the training materials needs to change from a step-by-step material, like you're going to click here, here, and here and not understand why, to this is what you want to do, this is how it works. And if it changes from like position A to position B, you still know why you want to do that. Yeah. It's not because it changed place that it's not the same thing and everybody freaks out. Yeah. So it's really got to train more user a bit more in depth about the logic behind. Not only like follow this document and you're going to be fine.
Yeah, I got you.
It's a different way of training users, I think.
Yeah. I agree with that. So thank you very much for sitting down today. How can everybody connect with you online?
Sure, so you can find me on Twitter at Vlad Catrinescu. I know it's really easy to pronounce, but
we'll have it down on the bottom here. So.
Right here.
About there. Yeah.
But just search for Vlad on Twitter. I'm probably going to be one of the first ones. Find me on LinkedIn. I blog at absolute-sharepoint.com, so check that out as well. And if not, I travel quite a lot to conferences. I just got my United 1K status that I guess proves that. Yes. I now have a physical proof to say I travel too much.
Yes.
So if I see you at a conference near you, feel free to come say hi and chat about whatever you need help with.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And this is another time sitting down with another MVP. Please connect with us on regarding365.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel and to Periscope. Thanks, everybody.